Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Atrocious Gameplay on our Building Support series. This is the second Building Support episode, and this is a little bit different of a format than the first episode. If you haven't seen the first episode, I'll link the iCard up top here shortly, but what we're doing today is we're looking at the economic side of full art supporters. As you guys know, I personally want to collect all the full art supporters. So I've been looking at trends on how the full art supporters go up in price, down in price, maybe why they go up and down, things of that nature. Now, I want this video to appeal to both players and collectors alike. I know there's a lot of players that play the Pokemon TCG like myself that love having the full art supporters. That bling is real easy to pick up certain cards and decks, especially if you're going through real fast trying to figure out what's in your prizes. But for collectors like myself, you want all the full art supporters. That's probably, if you're a collector, why you're watching this video, is because you want all of those full art supporters. And I see both sides. I personally have both sides, and I love saving money. So this is a really cool video that I've been excited about. I wanted to put it out last month, but I didn't actually get to because I had a close friend pass away. So as I was grieving, I kind of lost track of it. But I didn't lose track of actually finding the prices and stuff and keeping track of the trends. This is going to be like a monthly part of this video, and I have an Excel sheet if you do want to follow along. It's got everything you need. You can sort it. I don't even think you have to have a Google account to be able to view it, so I'll put that in the description. But for now, let's go on into it. Now, before we can get into the economic side of what actually has changed in terms of the prices, we have to look at what has happened since March 1st. Now, I'm going to be doing these monthly, as I said earlier, so I'm just going to look at about the first of the month. So, all standard events happened since March 1st. We got Malmo, Guatemala, Perth, Santiago, and there were a good chunk of decks, but one ruled them all, and that was Zacian ADP. It had 16 decks inside the top 8. Then it went Baby Blounds with 7, Pikarom with 2, Zacian Oranguru Control, which I kind of want to try myself. I don't think I've tried it yet, Mewtwo, and then Malamar variants had 1. Your supporters for Zacian ADP and Baby Blounds, you're going to see have a high value. And then you look at some of the others like Mewtwo's, Malamars, they'll be a little bit of more on the average side. Now we move on to the segment that you all are probably waiting for. This is the biggest changes by era. Now I'll go through each era, so Black and White, X and Y, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and talk about some of the biggest changes in each of those areas. There were 81 cards that had a price decrease, 75 cards that had a price increase, and 1 card that actually stayed the same price from March 1st to about April 1st. Going into Black and White, starting off, the 5th card that had the biggest change, Boundaries Cross, had an increase of 2.62%, moving from 1453 to 1491. At number 4, Skyla from Boundaries Cross, dropping down 3.56%, going from $29.78 to $28.72. And from Noble Victory's very popular card, negative 7.33%, drop, $21.01 to $19.47. Bianca from Boundaries Cross, $8.38, moving from $32.68 to $29.94, under that $30 mark. And then Juniper from Plasma Freeze, the number 1 change in this era, plus 13.77%, $22.22, over to $25.28. The most expensive card, as we mentioned in this top 5, Bianca, sitting at $29.94, and then Jetsis is $9.35. The average price for a supporter in this set, market value $21.06, but overall the set had a negative 1.5% decrease. Now, some things to note looking at these numbers. Skyla, to me, dropping down that 3.56% is actually no surprise. She got a lot of hype when they announced her reprint in the upcoming Sword and Shield sets. So people had a fluctuation of just trying to buy the cards right now, and I think that's died down a little bit. Juniper is also no surprise. Charlotte was a regional that happened previously and it was expanded, and honestly, when it comes to discard draw 7s, Juniper is usually the most popular among players in my area. Now moving into the X and Y era, the 5th card, Pokemon Fan Club dropped down 10.61%, going from $5.09 to $4.55 as of right now. Skyla making another appearance within a top 5, but this time increasing 10.62%, going from $12.81 to $14.17. AZ from Phantom Forces, 11.94% increase, going from $3.10 to $3.47. Team Rocket's Handiwork, one of my favorite supporters, from Fates Collide, plus 14.68%, going from $2.18 to $2.50. And the number one jump from Roaring Skies at 30.08% is Winona, going from 472 to 614. Now, this era of cards I think is in high print. It's a little bit easier to find still, and it kind of shows in the average price of a supporter in this set is $4.47. It is a 6.9% increase though. Overall, we saw X and Y cards jump up just a little bit. The number one card in terms of price, we mentioned her earlier, Skyla, at $14.17. And the lowest card, Giovanni's Scheme, for the second month in a row, $1.84. Now, some quick notes. Skyla increasing in X and Y is a little bit of a surprise to me, to be honest. We saw her decrease a little bit in Boundaries Crossed, but I guess in Breakpoint, you look at the cards that are in there, you have Garbodor, you have the Fighting Fury Belt, you have the Sycamore, but then you look at something like Boundaries Crossed, where the black and white Skyla is from. You have the Deluge Blastoise, the Dusknoir that made an appearance in Charlotte, the Raticate, the Computer Surge, Ditto, Stoutland, a whole bunch of cards in Boundaries Crossed. So although the price is a little bit different because X and Y is a little bit newer and a little bit easier to get a hold of, I'm not 100% sure or have a clear indication as to why it did increase the amount that it did. Winona, though, absolutely no surprise. Andrew Mahone piloted an excellent Snorlax VMAX deck. That was a ton of fun. We played it on stream over at twitch.tv/atrociousgameplay. 100% credit to him. Phenomenal deck. And as someone who's as big as he is in the community, he definitely, I feel like, has an influence on some of these prices of supporters. So Winona, a 30% increase. No surprise in my opinion. Also, another one that didn't have much of a surprise in its increase was Team Rocket's Handiwork. There's a lot of doll stall going on right now in Expanded, and so people really like that, think it's really popular, and that is a card that is usually placed. It's usually a one of in doll stall decks, but it's still something that you need to incorporate, especially when you want to bling out your deck. Playability has a heavy influence, if you did not know, in some of these prices. Looking at the Sun and Moon era, overall, it jumped up 2% for supporter cards, averaging now $9.52. The highest card in the set, Lily, just as before, but $39.75, while Giovanni's Exile, $1.26, the lowest card in the era. Moving into the top changes, though, at number 5 is actually Giovanni's Exile. It had an 18.87% increase from Hidden Fates, $1.06 to the $1.26, as I mentioned before. Coming in at number 4 from Cosmic Eclipse, Red and Blue. This is a card that got a lot of hype, and then all of a sudden it's not seen ever in play. It dropped 19.63%, moving from $19.15 over to $15.39. Grimsley at number 3 from Unified Minds jumped up 20%, but it's still in that $2 range, going from $2.16 to $2.60. Judge had a sudden decrease from Lost Thunder, dropping 22.55%, moving from $6.37 down under $6 to $5.61. And now the biggest change in Sun and Moon right now, Koga's Trap Unbroken Bonds jumping up 43.82%, going from $3.40 over to $4.89. Now, other notes in this set, Professor Elms is still a $10 card, although nobody's really using it. Even with the turn 1 rule and decks not really using it, it's not very meta. It's still very interesting to see $10 Elms. I'd mentioned previously in the little top 5 that red and blue had been dropping because it was a hyped card when it came out, but it has not really seen play since. I think it'll continue to fall until it hits that $12 to $10 range. And then also in the standard format, I feel like Mars is another card that will decrease. Stall is falling in the standard format, and so is Control. There's not many popular decks out, and although some people have been talking about it lately, I don't know if it will exactly catch fire. So Mars, not super surprising to see fall as well. Another card that I'm actually surprised to see rising is Rosa right now. Rosa got a $2 increase, and the only deck in the top 8s that I mentioned earlier from events that happened was Zacian Control. The card has not just been used recently in the standard format, a little bit in expanded, but that's a little bit different of a conversation. Moving into the final era of cards, Sword and Shield. Now, Sword and Shield, as you guys know, March was its first full month here with us, and it obviously decreased since then. It's now down on average to a $10.03 per card, a decrease of 26.25%. The number one card in the set, Marnie Full Art, you guessed it, just like before, $21.61. And then the Team Yell Grunt Full Art is right at $2.25 for the lowest card in the set. Now that $2.25 is an 11.07 decrease. This is the full art we're talking about, and it was originally $2.53 before. The fourth biggest change in the set, Professor's Research Full Art, negative 21.6%, going from $24.58 all the way down to $17.59, a whole like $7 drop. Jeez. Marnie Full Art was the third highest drop, 23.59%, going from $28.28 to $21.61. Marnie Secret Rares, the fourth highest drop in this set, 33.62%, going from $26.38 to $17.51. And then Professor's Research Secret Rare, pretty cheap card, a 43.67% drop, $19.92, all the way down to $11.22. Another interesting note in this, the Team Yell Grunt Secret Rare was the only card to have an increase in this set, going from $4.70 to $4.94. That's a 5.11 increase. Now, another couple notes to add. I'm actually kind of surprised that Marnie and the Professor's Research Full Art are more than the Secret Rares for another month in a row. Last month when I was looking at it, I thought it was just a spoof, but just to be completely transparent, this is taking me by surprise, but it does make sense. When you're looking at the full arts and the secret rares, the full arts match the collection, right? This is a new rarity. Many people have these collections of binders with full arts, including myself. It just looks so different to have a secret rare full art in a place that has so many just different contrasting colors and design, that I can understand why people aren't so seeking out these secret rares compared to the full arts, even though in my opinion I will be the first to say that I think the secret rares are much better in this set than the Sun and Moon era. Also, I feel like the Marnie and the Professor's Research full arts, or just any of the full arts compared to the secret rare, they are much easier to find in deck. You know, mostly when I go through a deck when I'm playing competitive IRL, I take little notes about what I see. I don't stop to look and say like, oh man, look, there's a thingamadoodah, you know? Okay, on to the next one. I'm like, okay, welder. I saw 4 welders in that. So it's totally understandable. It's a lot easier to see when you're talking about full arts in comparison to secret rares. I will say that although Bead and Team Yellgrunt is not playable, I have a little bit of knowledge going into the next month that maybe we want to think about. I have this new section, it's labeled as extra. It has a couple of other things that I kind of consider full arts, but not necessarily consider full arts. I think most of my demographic that I'm looking at may may not even know about the Japanese cards Tag All-Stars that are contained in Japan right now and are eventually coming into America. I'll talk about that later. For now, you can only obtain them in Japan. So I think a lot of people may not know that, and so maybe aren't super interested. But also, I've included the Cosmic Eclipse cards because they are secret rare, but they're not necessarily full arts. I don't know if I wanted to consider them or not, so I made them their own category. So right now in the extra category, you're looking at $11.79 per card, 0.34% increase, not 34%. 0.34, there's a huge difference. The cheapest card in this, you guessed it, a Cosmic Eclipse card. It is 51 cents Excadrill and Clay, but Erica's Hospitality, a full art from Tag All-Stars, $33.84. Now, Blues Tactics from Tag All-Stars had the fifth biggest difference in price, $11.96 to $13.48. That's a 12.71 increase. Now we move into the Cosmic Eclipse cards, but this one is a Japanese exclusive and is one that I want the most. I don't have it yet and I want it so bad. It is Clefairy with Lily on it from Dream League. Is a 17.20% increase, going from $17.67 to $20.71. Now, Pikachu kicks off the Cosmic Eclipse, whatever, trainer, full art things, minus 19.55% in terms of its differential, $3.53 to $2.84. Still easily the highest Cosmic Eclipse Pokemon trainer full art thing in the set. Steelix, though, negative 26.53%, going from 98 cents to 72. And then Wishy Washy, the highest drop, minus 27.47%, going from 91 cents all the way to 66 cents. Now some notes. Tag All-Stars mainly had a decrease, but it wasn't that much. Tag All-Stars prices did come from eBay along... Oh geez, there's my pizza. And truthfully, in my opinion, with eBay, it's just all about who buys and what, and you may get gypped off, or somebody's labeled something as $1 billion when it's really only supposed to be about $10. So there's a lot of other things that can make the market fluctuate when you're looking at eBay. So please be careful if you buy off eBay. Now that we're done looking at each era, let's move on to the future. Now, if you guys don't know yet, the 2020 competitive season has been canceled because of what's going on in the world right now. There is no timetable for return. Rebel Clash pre-releases, though, are scheduled to go out on the 18th as a take-home thing, so I would assume then that the Rebel Clash set itself releases as scheduled. I'm not 100% sure. So with the pre-releases coming out, that means that we will have the super overpriced pre-release supporter full arts from Rebel Clash in our next episode, so stay tuned for that on what your card might be right now. Also, Tag All-Stars is confirmed for November of 2020 in our holiday set this year. The different Tag All-Star full arts didn't come into America, but now they're coming into premium collection, just like the one I think in X and Y where it had like Shaman and who else is on there? Team Flare Grunt, and I think it's going to be a box like that where it's going to be super expensive, but it's going to have a lot of goodies on it. Also, this holiday set is going to consist of Japan's legendary Heartbeat, which we don't know a lot about yet, but it'll be very interesting to see in there if there will be some other full arts to add into the collection in November. Now comes to what could embarrass me the most, and that is the prediction section of this video. So with Tag All-Stars overall, I believe it's going to decrease again. It seems like it's a lot easier to snag. I feel like a lot of people lately that I've seen are making videos about Tag All-Star openings, so it seems like it's easy to snag. So expect those to decrease as more and more things get open up. Now, again, since we're going into Rebel Clash, I feel like Boss's Orders will easily be on top as the most expensive card in Rebel Clash. Lysander, it is a reprint, and a lot of the deck lists I've seen have played Boss's Orders. Another card that I've seen a lot played in Japanese lists is Team Yell Grunt. It's a good tech versus Dragapult, and Dragapult, in my mind right now, is the most popular deck going on. Expect to see possibly Team Yell Grunts be used in other decks. I'm actually using it in a deck right now for the Limitless Qualifier. You can check us out at twitch.tv/atrociousgameplay. And also, after the qualifiers, we'll be making videos of the decks that we use in those tournaments. Anyways, also, I think Cynthia and Caitlyn becomes the most expensive full art. Currently, right now, Lily is just ahead of it by 64 cents. But Cynthia and Caitlyn had a 4.5% increase in comparison to Lily that we mentioned earlier, a negative 6.47 decrease. I expect the ladies to be going up again and Lily to be going down again just a little bit. And I think they will pass each other up. Also, this is the most interesting part of my predictions. It's going to be a prediction of you guys. So I put out a poll on Twitter. What do you guys think is going to be the standard format? And y'all overwhelmingly said Lost Thunder or Team Up to the present. And a lot of you also put in the replies what you believe is the specific set. And a lot of people are saying Team Up. So I look to see if we get introduced to the next standard format anytime soon. It definitely won't happen next month. It'll come in probably, I would say, July or June. Look for the standard format to be Team Up to whatever the present set is, which I believe will be Rebel Clash, possibly. If we get into April, it may be the next set afterwards, but we don't know that for sure. Now, if you've got some cards or you're good like me and going along with the collection and you need some advice, you're not sure where to go, I would say right now, if you have extra full arts from Ultra Prism to Dragon Majesties, sell those. Once the standard format rotates, I mean, we're not going to be playing another standard event until rotation happens, at least IRL. I mean, they've already decreased already. 56.5% of those cards have started decreasing in that area. They're all going to decrease. Some of them have already jumped the gun. So I recommend going in, selling cards from Ultra Prism to Dragon Majesty, just the extras you have, just in case you're a player like me. Maybe you have multiple full arts. I would also say sell the red and blue tag team. Once rotation hits, GX are going to become way less relevant, especially when you talk about evolutions. And red and blue is already dropping right now. You can get it for about, what, $15, I think it was. What was it? Yeah, $15. It was $20 before, now it's $15. Go sell it before it is $12. If you're looking to buy that card, though, I would recommend buying the card after rotation because that is when it's going to dip the most. Also, just a general thing, maybe don't buy too many supporters right now because of everything that's going on in the world. I know a lot of people that have lost their jobs unexpectedly. I know people that maybe aren't even getting paid right now because they've had hours cut and stuff. So maybe try to hold off on collecting a whole bunch of stuff. I know I'm going to. I still have some new ones that I do want to showcase to you guys. And maybe if I see a good deal or if somebody I know wants to make a trade via mail, I'll go ahead and do that. But for now, that's all that we know right now. You can follow us at twitch.tv/atrociousgameplay. We play a lot of the Pokemon trading card game, as well as some other stuff for the community. But I do, again, like I mentioned earlier, I have about 15 cards that I want to showcase to you guys. I got a new camera angle, so I'm super excited to make that. That'll be in the middle of the month. But also, we do have viewer goals. If you guys do not know, we're doing viewer goals instead of sub goals on the Twitch channel. And 40 viewers at one time, we're going to give away an Air card base set Diglett, an absolutely cool card. I have a ton of extras of those. I only wanted one, but I want to give the other ones out to you guys. So if you guys want to make that happen, just continue supporting the channel. Stop on by whenever we're streaming. And then also, again, I have this Google Excel sheet that you can use. Link will be in the description. You guys will be able to sort it however you want, whatever you want, even though it's only for view for everybody else except for me. So I hope you take a lot out of this. Also use the Google Sheet that leaves critiques and help because I think that's super great. And this is my first time doing something like this. There's a lot of first times that I'm doing right now with Atrocious Gameplay, but I can't do it without the help of others. So if you guys would personally leave your input, that would be awesome, super fantastic. And remember, we're not very good at video games. We don't have a lot of money, but we're smart with our money. We have fun playing video games. And you know what? It's super, super awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later in the month with this topic.